Itself on a dirt street next to a road, and there are goats and cows coming at you, charging like they own the place. There are buses and cars and motorcycles weaving in and out on the road next to you, and it seems like there aren't any laws, any traffic laws or anything. There are people everywhere. There's trash everywhere. The smells are very pungent. Welcome to India. India is one of my favorite places that I have traveled to, and I was just going to tell you a little bit about some of the different cultural differences between here and there. So one of the big things that I noticed when I was there is when I would go to visit people, you obviously take off your shoes. You don't wear your shoes in the house. So your shoes come off by the door. And they're very hospitable, very warm people, and so they'll invite you in. And this is a small version of a lot of the rugs they have in their house, which it's not really like a traditional rug, obviously, because it's not plush. But they have these. They're really big, and you sit on the rug, and they give you tea, which I think is more half milk, half tea. But and they give it to you in this tiny little metal cup, which you wouldn't think metal and hot beverages, but it is. So pretty much anywhere you go, that's what they're going to give you as a beverage is the tea. So that's a really big thing for them. Also, their food is very different. They sometimes eat on plates, and sometimes they'll eat on banana leaves, which are leaves that are about so big. And they eat with their right hand, not their left hand, because that's unclean. But they eat with their right hand. You usually have like a rice and some kind of meat with a sauce, so you kind of have to mix it together in order to get it where you can put it in your mouth. And then they'll come around afterwards, and they'll have a basin and a pitcher, and they'll wash your hand off. And then also the other thing about their food that's different is it's very spicy, although if you're American, sometimes they try to tone it down for you. But they use a lot of spices too, especially curry, and I think that the whole country smells like curry. Like when you get off the plane, the whole thing, which is awesome. I mean, that's one of the things that I missed when I left. So another thing that they have differently is the women wear a lot different clothing. Probably the most common clothing that you'll see is a Punjabi, which is like the one size fits all pants with elastic waist or tie waist, and then a long shirt that has the slits on the sides. So that's probably more like everyday wear. But the older ladies, and then the like for special occasions, they'll wear a sari, which I brought one in to show you. But when you buy sari material, it's like one long piece, and they'll cut it for you. But you have to take a section of it to a tailor, and they have to like custom make it for you. So this is the top. I can't put it on. I can pull it on, but this it fastens in the front, so that's the first part, and then it has a under skirt or petticoat or whatever they call it, which is not. It's just they all come like this, so they're seriously. It's like they think that everyone's the same size, I guess. So that's the under, and then this is the most important part, and I was going to show you kind of how to wrap it. They showed us a bunch of times, but it's one of the things you don't do all the time then. But you start out with pleats, and so you do a few little pleats, and you tuck it like so, and then this comes around, and it gets tucked all the way around. Time. And then this is the most important part. You have to pleat the end. And this goes over the shoulder, and then there's a part, I can't really remember how to do this part, but you wrap this part around and tuck it somewhere there. So that's generally how you would wrap it. It looks a lot better when they did it. But yeah, so that is sorry. So the clothing is different, obviously. The men wear a lot similar clothing to here. I mean, they wear pants. They do have like these skirt kind of things, but that's more like if you were to go out in pajamas or sweatpants. It's not really like formal attire, I guess I would say. The other thing that is different, their plumbing is different. You use squatty potties rather than what they call Western toilets, which is what we have here, which is basically just a hole in the ground. And funny thing about that, we were in a village one time and I had to go to the bathroom, and the language is different. I mean, everywhere you go in India, because they have a lot of different languages, but I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. So this lady's like taking me all through, like weaving in and out. We're like, I don't know what she's saying, but anyway, eventually I get to this little spot. But they have, it's just like an outhouse, and it's a hole in the ground, and you squat. It's pretty awesome. So anyway, so there's a lot of different things about India, but it is a beautiful country, and it's really cool to go to other countries so you appreciate and see the differences in different cultures. That's all I've got.
Thank you.